For almost 2 years now, full-scale state-on-state warfare in Europe has been the new reality. From the beginning of the Russian invasion on the 24th of February 2022, the government of Ukraine has depended on financial and military aid from its Western allies to keep up the fight. And, as Ukrainians get killed defending their homeland, they defend something else, less visible, but, to us, far more important. Namely, the legitimacy of the Western liberal democratic order. The justification given to taxpayers in the West is based on the defense of democracy, human rights, the rule of law, and the rules-based international order. And, with every day that passes, without the armed forces of Ukraine regaining lost ground, these values upon which the modern Western world defines itself lose a small amount of warrant. Be it on the subconscious level of general populations, or the conscious level of decision-making elites. All around the world, the morally superior West is losing its image as the undefeatable administrator of the world order that it held since the end of the Cold War. With the declining influence of the West on the world stage and the grim drone footage of trench warfare in the Donbass, European lawmakers have ordered raises in defense spending. And, as the fancy new equipment is procured, one may start to wonder, who is going to allow his blood to be spilled in the defense of the West? Is it the virtuous and tolerant LGBTQ+ activist? The vegan yoga instructor? Or perhaps the young man from sub-Saharan Africa? If Western elites ever have to rely on European men of a right-wing outlook for the defense of their liberal democratic project, they'd find themselves in the difficult situation of having to knit together a coherent narrative on who we are and why we fight. The dominant values in the current West are increasingly in direct opposition to the natural interests of Western men. Whilst most still quietly swallow the forced insertion of tolerance, diversity and inclusion, if you listen to the underlying mood of the average white heterosexual male, it becomes obvious that ever more of them no longer have any stake in Western society. Politically incorrect words uttered behind closed curtains make it clear that, to growing numbers of fighting-age European men, there are more pressing issues at hand than the Russians. Vladimir Putin is keenly aware of this. In fact, the lack of cohesion and will to fight in the West seem to be central to his grand strategy. But instead of appealing to Russophile right-wingers in Europe, thus undermining the American-led global homo order, apparently, Russia sees no appeal in a self-interested, unapologetic neighbor to its West. One wonders why.